Hey YouTube, what is going on? Brandon here with another Brandon's Garage video. Today I've got the 2016 Ford Fiesta and I'm going to be replacing the spark plugs. Replace them with some new ones. This is the better quality spark plug that you're going to be getting a lot more out of, up to 5 years. And so I'm going to be linking below and showing you how to, it's just the generic install, but these spark plugs are a little bit better, so I did want to share this with you. So there will be a link below for these spark plugs, but I'm going to be showing you the tools that you need. Any tools you may be missing, there will be links in the description below for all the tools that I did use on this project. This is a fairly new channel, so if this video ends up being helpful to you, if you could like and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. And if you try this out and it works for you and you try these spark plugs and you're happy with them, make sure to comment below. And if you have any questions at all, comment below as well. So that's really all I've got. So without further ado, let's get started. So you may or may not have an engine cover. You can see that the engine is kind of further back. You'll see on other models for the Ford Fiesta that it's kind of up closer here. So they are a little bit hidden. This light here that I'm using, I will link to as well. It's very helpful if you're working in a kind of darker garage. This is a 5/8 deep socket 6-point, and you're going to want to get a magnetic one. I'll link to one below. And then you're going to want to have an extension, but a middle-sized extension. You don't want it too long because on this year and model, it's going to be hard to get it in this part of the engine bay. Now, luckily, these coils for the spark plugs, you don't need to remove any bolts, so they're very easy to just remove and put back. No bolts need to be taken off or put back or anything like that. You just simply are able to take them off like that. And then you can begin working. You're going to, of course, get your ratchet. You're going to loosen that up. And then once you get to a certain point, I usually do hand loosen it. And then, of course, when I'm putting it back, hand tighten it so that there's no complications with the spark plugs. Now at this point, if you have any debris laying around this area, you're going to want to remove it so it doesn't actually get inside of the engine. For a video on replacing these coils as well as the adapter that these coils are connected to, there will be another video coming out on this channel, so please subscribe if you wanted to see that. Okay, and there you can see the difference. On the left hand side, you've got your older spark plug that was used over about 60,000 miles. And on the right side, you have your E3 spark plug that's going to give you more pressure. It's going to last up to 100,000 miles, and it's also going to be able to improve the efficiency and potentially the performance of your vehicle. So these are some very, very high quality spark plugs. I highly recommend them. Again, link in the description below, the E3 spark plugs for the Ford Fiesta. Have a towel handy just because these older spark plugs you're bringing out may have some oil on them, and you don't want that dripping all over the engine bay. Okay, and now we move on to installing the new spark plugs, the E3s. And basically, it's the same process when you're removed. Just stick your spark plug into your socket, make sure that it's tight and it's the right size. It should be. This is pretty standard for most vehicles, actually, the spark plugs. And you're placing it right down in there, tightening that up. I would hand tighten it in the beginning, then towards the very end, I would use the ratchet just to get that, get it really tight in there. But just so that you don't have any complications. And of course, you're going to repeat the process 3 more times until you have fully installed all of the spark plugs. At this point, you are going to replace the coils now. I would recommend putting in the shorter wire, which is the compartment or the coil furthest to the right of the engine bay. So that, because there's just a system of how to put it back in. The way I'm putting it in now, the cables start to block up, and you can see there you're not really able to fit them all in. At least the last one is difficult. So I ended up moving that around. So you place the first one in, and then you can replace the rest of them going towards the left. So this is the compartment where the coils, shoot back into, and so I'll be replacing all of this, the coils, including this adapter that is connected here as well. Of course, in another video, so make sure to subscribe for that. Alright, there might be a little bit of smoke just because when you are replacing the spark plugs, the engine, taking in those new spark plugs, there is sometimes some of that residue, and so don't worry too much about smoke. That's gonna happen for a little bit, and then you can take it for a test drive. Alright, that's really all there is to it. This was a pretty easy repair. The way the spark plugs are designed, they're very easy to take off, so really happy with that. Again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time. Okay, after using the vehicle after this spark plug replacement, everything did run just fine. The smoke doesn't really happen the second time around when you turn on the vehicle. It's really just that first time. So just make sure to take your car for a spin really quick. Make sure everything is running the way you'd like it to, so that you can kind of gauge, you don't want to go driving somewhere really far without having tested it. But I did notice a little bit of performance. It's not really much. It's not like there's more noise or anything like that. So this was really just, I guess, it's maintenance. It's not really going to do a huge amount as far as performance. Hope this helps. That's all I've got.